Yeah, hit up Top Moon, I got too many fans of Linux. I saw Team take over seconds, you fucked us, they riding limits. Hey, I'm just in my fight, I switched the route up on the waiter. I was talking, never say nothing, you was talking, tell it all. I would never pass a ball, they looked at me and never pass it. I'm in Tristan, I'm in sipping Tristy, then I'll keep relapsing. She like she don't give a fuck. I just broke her back in, I just want more money, guns is more lean for more now. I'm after, never I know more Michael Mary, sometimes my G might be baggy. Yo, bitch told me I get swaggy, when I'm fuck, she call me daddy. In the MA poppin' shit, I got 250 in my baggie. I'm for Ricky, over time, on me and YouTube, different packies. My little bitch ain't like a diva, but she rockin' Christian sandals. I just needed something to come out of here. Hey, love. I'm already live. I was looking for something to clean, like the screen thing.
Sweet boy music. Come on. Hey, family, what's good, what's blessed today? What's growing in you, what's finding its way from the fire to the future? Yeah, we still staying whole heart, clear mind, destiny in our hands. This ain't perfection, this is progress and truth. Every scar tells a story, every breath is proof that healing is real and joy is a choice. We survive the silence, now listen to the voice. No mask, no shame, just light in the room. From the pain to the promise, yeah, we still move. Faith in our walk, hope in our talk, every step forward, yeah, we break every lock. This is Pastor Marc, 2026, where healing meets honesty, we don't mix fear with faith. Real conversations, elevation of sound.
Okay, hey, Mama Robin, she already on time.
Pastor Marc, 2026, whole free line, yeah, we stepping brand new. If you listening right now, this moment is yours. Welcome to the future, heal, hoping and sure. In the car, at work, or chasing that dream. God still moving heavy even when it ain't seen. Breathe in your lungs, peace in your soul. You ain't broken, you becoming whole. From lessons learned to love reborn. From long dark nights to a brighter morn. This ain't just talk, this is lived out grace. Every tear watered seeds for this place. Tap in, breathe deep. You're right on time. This ain't coincidence, this is divine. We don't just survive, we thrive out loud. Pastor Marc 2026, say it proud.
Mama Robin, you already know, you moderator.
Marc 2026.
Just that quick.
Say it proud. This Pastor Marc 2026, where healing meets honesty, we don't mix fear with faith. Real conversations,
you think I need to turn the light on?
From the ashes to abundance, yeah, we rising now. Pastor Marc 2026.
Turn the light on, it's a little dark here.
Yeah, we stepping brand new. If you listen right now, this moment is yours. Welcome to the future. Healed, open and sure. Pastor Marc 2026. Healing, truth, and joy coexist. No judgment, just growth. Yeah, this is the lane. From the fire to freedom, we changed.
Good evening, everybody. Good evening. We got about 7 more minutes. Give everybody time to come in. You know I start right on time at 6 o'clock. Come on in, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come on in. Hey, Mama Robin and everyone else. Hello. Hey, Miss Barbara. Come on in, everybody, and welcome, welcome. You know I start right on time, so we start at 6 o'clock, all right? Come on in, everybody. Welcome to the first live, the real live, on my YouTube, where we can say whatever we want to say, keep it 100. That's how we do, all right? Good evening. Welcome, everybody that come in. Everybody that's on the live, tell everybody hello and welcome them in. Of course, Mama Robin, you are a moderator, so you would know. Good evening, everybody. Welcome, welcome. We have about 4 more minutes. That's it. Buckle up for the truth. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome. How are you? Hello, Chris. How are you? Y'all coming on in the room. Come on in the room. Come on in the room. That's right, Mama Robin. I got my Morgan Davids. Couldn't do it on TikTok. I got my Morgan David. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. Welcome. Hey, Robert. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. How are you? If y'all can, go ahead and start sharing the live now. Share the live now. We have 3 more minutes. And it's good to have you back. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Now, we know black people ain't on time. We know they ain't on time. But, baby, one thing about it, I start on time. Time is not on my side. I said 6 o'clock. I'm going to start on 6 o'clock. Huh? I came in a little bit early, as I always do. 2 more minutes, everybody. 2 more minutes, everybody. 2 more minutes, everybody. 2 more minutes. 2 more minutes. Oh, yeah, yeah. I know who that is. Is that Jasmine? AKA is in the house. Good evening, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. 1 more minute. We can be more real here than we are on TikTok, for real. We can be more real here. And we can keep it 100. Turn that fan off because it was blowing right on me. 5:59. Mama Robin and Jasmine, you are moderators, and I'm going to put Miss Tyler. You are also as a standard moderator, okay? All right. There we go. So y'all can help Mama Robin. Mama Robin is the main moderator. And then you all are up under her, okay? All right. Good evening, everybody. It is now 6 o'clock. Welcome to the live. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, everybody. Welcome. Now, I'm not gonna be up here all night. I can tell you that right now. Y'all know that. I'm not gonna be up here all night. But there is some truth that needs to be revealed. It is. There is some truth that needs to be revealed. And even on my good evening, everybody, and welcome as you coming in. A lot of you are on my TikTok. You're friends with me on TikTok. And I know, I'm not going to say it won't be a lot of people on here tonight, but I do know from growing up in church that the Bible says where 2 or 3 are gathered in his name, he is there. And this day was set aside a long time ago for me to come on here. So, as I always do, I'm not going to do, this is not a spiritual platform. We're not coming on here to preach. We're not coming here to do none of that. I came on here to be Mark, okay? But Mark gives out the truth, but also, before I do anything, I always do prayer.
Parents, if you
always, all right? So let's get our music together here. We're going to do a prayer. And there we go. God, thank you for this moment. Thank you for allowing me to say what is going to be said. You already know the heart. You already know the mind. You already know the spirit. Now, a lot of people have placed me in this vicinity and placed me in this aura that I cannot say how I feel because of a title that I earned as a leader. But God, just like you knew who we were before you created us in our mother's womb, I will not hide from no one. I don't hide from you, and I'm not going to hide from the people. So I ask tonight that if anyone is feeling offended or anyone feels that whatever I'm saying, they don't want to hear it, God, we just ask that they remove themselves. We do have moderators here tonight. They will block them. They will remove them, because this is the year that it's time to keep our standards high and stand our ground. Now, with that being said, I will be me as you have always been you in my life. Ashe and amen. Now, real quick, everybody that's on the live, real quick, can you just type on the screen, stand your ground, stand your ground, stand your ground. Everybody type it, stand your ground, 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 stand your ground. A lot of people don't know how to stand their ground. A lot of people don't know how to be themselves. They don't know how to walk in the authority that God has given them. They don't know how. And because they don't know how, they're going to block everybody else from knowing how to stand their ground. That's just the truth. They're gonna try to prevent you from being who you are. And that's not going to happen in 20. That's right, Jasmine, in a heartbeat. But that's not going to happen to me anymore. I put a stop to that before 2026 came in the room. And I don't want anybody to feel like that I am attacking you tonight. I can really say the words I want to say on YouTube. I don't want anybody to feel like I'm trying to bring up the past and you were involved in the past. I don't want you to feel like that. But I'm going to say how I feel. I'm not going to disrespect nobody. And if you don't like the choice words that I have chosen tonight to speak, I'm going to ask you to go ahead and leave the room. Because I'm going to say what the fuck I want to say. With that being said, let's get right into it. You know, I'm not here for that I'm not here for that. Oh, Mark, you gotta speak this way. You gotta speak that way. I'm not here for none of that. I'm not here. I've been doing it my entire life. I have. I've been doing it my entire life. I gotta talk the way people want me to talk. I gotta live how they want me to live. Walk how they want me to walk. I ain't doing that shit this year. Not doing it. So let's go from the beginning. And I'm not talking about the beginning as when I was born. Maybe I'm not going all the way up there because we ain't got all night. We ain't got all night. We do not have all night. I want to go from what started the downfall with me. That's where I want to go. Good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. I want to go from the downfall that started with me, the actual downfall. Where did it start? Where did it start? And I could tell you exactly where it started. As soon as my daddy died. As soon as my daddy died. My dad fell dead. And I'm saying exactly what happened. My daddy fell dead June the 30th, 1986 in Wilson, North Carolina. I was 11 years old. And he was cleaning the carport. So if you're from Wilson, North Carolina, and you probably would know where my family used to live at. We used to live in Wilson, right there on Faison Street, 1000 Faison Street. I can give out the address because we're not there no more. But I used to live in Wilson with my mom and dad, 1000 Faison Street. The green and white house that sat on the corner in a moderate neighborhood, a very good neighborhood. There really was never, and I'm not being funny when I say this, where I was born, there really was no crime in that neighborhood. Everybody knew everybody, and everybody told every damn thing. So, I mean, you couldn't do shit. I'm for real. You just couldn't do it. I'm just keeping it 100 with you tonight. And we lived in that house, and it was just me, my mom, and my dad. You know, my mom worked as a supervisor for North Carolina Special Care Center, which was right maybe 5 minutes from the house. And my daddy was a plant manager at Firestone, which was like 10 minutes from the house. The school that I went to was right down the street. Like, I mean, God really planned my life. I'm not going to say perfectly, but he planned it where I would not have no problems and no trauma. And I didn't growing up. You know, I really didn't. But after my dad died. He died Monday, June the 30th. I remember everything. My dad died Monday, June the 30th, 1986. My mom and I and my aunt, we were driving. Well, we was coming out of the driveway of the house because we had a big house, and then we had a two-car garage. And we was coming out of that garage, and as we were coming out, the neighbor across the street said that as soon as we pulled out, my aunt pulled out, and we made that right turn at the stoplight, my dad fell while he was pushing water on the porch. And we went to Rocky Mount, North Carolina. We went to Rocky Mount to go get me my mama went to go buy me a suit and for church. And we was there for maybe a good hour or so. I remember everything. I've been holding all of this in, y'all. And remind you, I am 52. I've been holding all this in and remember it just like it was yesterday. And this, tonight's topic is, where did it start from? Okay. And we was there for about a good hour. And when we came back, we cut through McDonald's. Now, let me tell you this. Where we lived at, McDonald's was right down the street. Like, you can go out our front door and look to the right and walk all the way down to the end of the corner. Within 3 minutes, McDonald's was right there. Okay? And we cut through the McDonald's yard, and I said, I said, cheeseburger, French fry, orange soda. My mama said, we ain't getting no food today. Your dad has spoiled you with that, boy. We're not getting that. And my aunt just laughed. And we went out, we turned left, and then we turned right. As soon as we turned right, we saw all of these cars lined up side the street. I remember it like it was yesterday. The cars was lined up. And my mama, hello, Miss Sharon. My mama said, something is going on. Put a pin in that. That was on a Monday. The Sunday, that day before, we had just celebrated my mom and dad's 27th wedding anniversary. That Sunday, June the 29th, 1986, we had just celebrated their 27th wedding anniversary. So that Monday, June the 30th, you know, we were joking. We were like, oh my God, somebody having another party. The closer we got, I began to feel different. I really did. I'm not making this shit up. I really began to feel different. And I started saying, Mom, my daddy. She said, boy, be quiet. Your daddy home. He all right. He washing. He was cleaning out the carport. And my Aunt Evelyn said, Mark, yeah, Eddie fine. But we got right there at the house. My Aunt Evelyn stopped. And we looked to the left. There was people in my mom's house. There were so many people on the front porch. There were so many people in the backyard. Everybody was standing around. And we were like, you know, looking. And my aunt pulled over to the side. My mom's goddaughter, Pat, my god sister, she came to the car and she said, Aunt Leela, get out the car. It's Uncle Eddie. And I said, where is my dad? And she said, Aunt Leela, Mama said, I don't want to get out the car. And I said, where is my dad? And by that time, I heard my god sister say, Aunt Leela, Uncle Eddie is dead. My dad had a massive heart attack at 42 years old. I have lived longer than my dad. And right there, the fatherhood stopped. I have never had a father in my life since June the 30th, 1986. Now, I didn't come on here for nobody to feel sorry for me because I'm pretty damn proud of myself at 52 years old. On top of that, I'm being a dad myself. So I am very happy and very proud of myself. I've never had no male figure in my life as a dad. And that whole week, we went on to plan my dad's funeral. Here's a kicker. I can talk about this because it's said and done. My dad had worked for Firestone for 30 years. Each paycheck he got, he put away money for his son that he adopted. When my dad passed away, I had enough money. Enough money. And I know people say, well, Mark, don't tell so much. I listen to what the fuck I'm saying. I had enough money that would last me, that was supposed to last me until I was 50. And I began getting that money when I was 15. My mom signed that money over to my uncle. My uncle will write me a check every month for $700. Money that I did not work for. Money that was just a blessing. But I was adopted into a family called the Applewhites. And them motherfuckers hated me. And some of them still do, as this very damn day. Them motherfuckers hated me. They hated me. They hated my mama. They spreaded the rumor that my mom had killed my dad with a cup of coffee. As of today, I am now releasing that off of my heart. I love my cousin Jackie, my cousin Clarissa, and my cousin Cassandra, and my cousin Tiffany. You know why I named those four? Because out of everybody in that motherfucking family, those are the only four individuals that talk to me on a consistent basis. Jackie, Clarissa. Well, Jackie, Cassandra, and Tiffany talk to me. You know, I send messages by Jackie to Clarissa, but as far as like talking on the phone, we don't. But when I come to Wilson, Mark can stay at my house. I stay with them. Fuck the rest of the family. They don't give a fuck about me. They never have. And everybody wanted to know, well, Mark, where did all this hate come from? It ain't no hate. The motherfuckers never liked me. Number one, they knew that I was gay. They knew that I was a little punk. They knew that when I was little. They knew that shit. They knew that. They knew it. But they didn't want that around them. And I had a god brother that told me after my dad died, after he molested me, and I couldn't say nothing because that's what happened back in the day. What goes on in the house stays in the house. I ain't say nothing. He told me the only way I was going to ever have anybody to love me in my life was to use my daddy's money to buy them. He told me that. See, you all in Wilson, North Carolina, you never really sat down and asked, well, what is causing Mark to really not like Wilson? You motherfuckers never believed in me. A friend of mine, they're not no friend no more. An associate of mine that I have known 30 plus years told me last year that I didn't do all this time and all this stuff. And people said, Mark, you got to let that go. I'm going to let it go. But I want to ask a question. How are you going to talk about me, a liar? But you never sat down and asked, Mark, what is wrong? What has been holding you back? What has been on your heart? Bitch, I ain't never had no father figure. Nobody never liked me. So I grew up with the mindset and the mentality that money was the only thing that could buy my family and friends. The shit worked for a little while. Hell yeah, it did. It worked for a little while till I found out who they really were. Because I really wasn't paying no attention to people. I really was not paying no attention. As long as I was getting my daddy's check, and I could be able to take that check and buy them what they wanted, I bought them the time in my life. Somebody type, you telling the truth. If you get money and you can be able to give people what they want, you got some good motherfucking friends. That's for real. That's real talk. You got some good friends. You got some ride and dies. As long as you got some coins in your pocket, bitch, you got some money. Now, if you don't like the way I'm talking tonight, I'm going to tell you right now, get on off, because this is not Pastor Marc talking. Good evening, Miss Sharon. This is just Marc, Pastor Marc in the title. But you're looking at Marc Edwin Applewhite, born of the flesh, okay? And I just knew that what my God brother told me, it had to be the truth, because nobody wanted to hang around me. But when my mom started getting my dad's benefits from that widow's pension, and I started getting my benefits from that trust fund he had set up me, all of a sudden, our friendships with people grew. Oh, I wish Illegal Applewhite was here to tell the truth tonight. And I had no idea that today's date, I had already set this date for February the 4th, and I didn't even dawn on me that this is my mother's death date. My mama died on February the 4th, 2008. And this was set. Oh, baby, I'm with you. Tell them the truth. My mama did not like the Applewhite family. And you know how she didn't like them? Because my daddy left some land. She purposely didn't pay the taxes on that bitch so that it can go in foreclosure. Because she didn't want it. They had already accused my mom of killing my dad with a cup of coffee. And y'all know I'm telling the truth. And I had begun to do things to get people's attention. I had begun to do things to get people's attention. Buying, giving people money and buying shoes and buying all that stuff for them. I began to do that because it made me feel good. And people say, well, Marc, why you do that? Because it made me feel good. You do stuff to make you feel good, don't you? And I did stuff to make me feel good. But that shit hurt mentally because I'm feeling it now at 52. Because I got to now tell the truth. Got to get it out. This is why I don't want to go back and live in Wilson. I would live anywhere else but Wilson, North Carolina. That to me, Wilson is a death trap. Oh, I have made some bad mistakes growing up. I have actually apologized to people over and over and over. And I don't know how many over and over and over and over. And every year, it seemed like they would bring the same shit back up, bring the shit back up. Because it's like they want to punish me over and over and over and over and over for everything I have done. But I'm like, well, wait a minute. What about the times when I use them checks to pay your rent? What about them times when I used that stolen credit card to look out for y'all? I was the one that went to prison and never told on nobody. Because I chose to do that. Because I wanted people in my life. And now, where's everybody? Poosh. I went from having everything that my mom and dad gave me, because we won't broke. Applewhites ain't broke. That motherfucking family got some money. They got some money. I just sold the piece of land, the 2 pieces of land that my mama left me in her will. I just sold them back to my cousin 2 years ago for $1,000. They didn't want me to have it, so I sold it to them anyway. They didn't want me to have it. They didn't want me to have it. They didn't want me to have it. So I gave it to them. And I look back at everything that we lost the family house because nobody told me what I needed to do while I was in the prison to keep it. The family house. And when I say the family house, you know, like Big Mama house, that's how my mama house was. The family, the house that my mama helped raise other people's children in. When I got locked up, they know my mama had nobody left. Nobody. Because Mark Edwin Applewhite loved himself some Lila Mae Williams Applewhite. And everybody know that shit. And if you say I didn't, baby, I'll pop you in your motherfucking face. I love my mama. Did everything I could do for my mama. And what made me so motherfucking mad is as soon as I got in trouble, nobody sent me no obituary of my mama. Nobody. And you wondering why I'm walking around mad, why I'm upset, because you bitches sat there and buried my mama and didn't even send me not one picture of her. I had my god sister, and she could only do but so much because she said, Mark, they won't let me do nothing. I said, what? And my god sister, she was young. She was real young. She said, Mark, they won't let me do nothing. I said, let me tell you something, because I know how a church works. I said, when they give out them sympathy cards and everything, get all those sympathy cards. I want you to take them and you get that money and you send it to your brother. Okay, brother. When I reached out to her, I said, did you get the cards? She said, they wouldn't even give me the bitches. I've been holding this for a long time. My mama's sister, her oldest sister, went in the house, took all my mama's clothes. This was in February of 2008. Took all her clothes, took everything in February. She died in April. Couldn't wear not now one of them. Why am I telling all of this? Because this is where my hurt comes from. This is the core of it. Oh, I got a lot of more series, but I can't do all of it in one night. But I'm telling you what started it. This is what started it. And I am yet trying to forgive them because God said forgive. But I'm going to be honest with you tonight. Fuck the forgiveness shit. I only had one mama. One mama. And you black bitches sat there and wouldn't even send me one obituary of my mama. I don't even know if you even mentioned my name in the damn obituary. I don't know shit. I don't even know what the fuck she had on in the goddamn casket. I don't know shit. And some of you bitches are still living. And you got a nerve to be on Facebook and in the church shouting and screaming, God love me. Fuck you. That's how I feel tonight. I've been feeling like this. I've been feeling like it. I just was trying to get it out through TikTok and through AI. We on YouTube. We on YouTube. Fuck you. I don't want to have nothing to do with you. Nobody said, Mark, here is an obituary of Aunt Leela, because that's what everybody called her. Here's an obituary of Aunt Leela. Here is here whatever you need, Mark, to be free. Here it is for Aunt Leela. Y'all ain't send me shit. And for the motherfucker that keeps saying he didn't do all that time, bitch, I did a total of 10 years together in feds. And it was another 10 years that I was going in and out of the jail. And 3 years on paper. That is 23 motherfucking years altogether in the system. Am I right about it? And that's on Mary Had a Little Lamb. And her sheep was white as motherfucking snow. I couldn't say this on TikTok because I built such a stigma of respect on TikTok, but the bitches disrespect me on there. But we're gonna talk about it in another series. That's in another series. This is just the beginning of every Wednesday night at 6 o'clock. I will be coming on this bitch, God's will, and releasing so that I can be free mentally. And I'm not saying nothing that you can't Google and I can show you proof of. Now, for the people that I never said I'm sorry to, that I really did you wrong, I'm telling you now, I did not mean to do that. I did not. I really did not. I did not know how to say I needed help. I did not know how to address my hurt and pain. I did not. And it was not fair to bring you into my misery. So I really do apologize to only the people. I ain't talking about the one I've been calling my friends for 20 and 30 years. Fuck you. They say yes, because you need to heal and recover your mental health. I've been doing so much ministry towards everybody else that I never really took time to heal me. I've been apologizing for this that I've done. I've done this, I've done that, I've done this, I've done that. And I'm sitting here saying, well, what about the shit people did to me? Now, I went before the judge and I accepted my accountability and responsibility in the stuff I done. So just in case you motherfuckers don't know what I did, let me tell you how smart I am. Because we got to go where it started from. My mama asked me one day, she said, Mark, I want to know, how is it that you own a house in Greensboro and you ain't got no motherfucking job? And we laughed about it. And I was laughing. She said, I ain't laughing. She said, I'm on retirement. You don't even want to work at McDonald's. Now Eddie ain't gave you that much money. He gave you some money. And my daddy did leave me a lot of money. And if you want to know how much my daddy left me, I don't care about telling you because I done spent it all up. My daddy left me a good $65,000. My son said, I never told nobody that. My daddy left me $65,000. Did I get all of it? Absolutely not. I don't even know where all of it went. And that's another story for another time. I know where it went, but I'm not going to speak on that person's name because they're no longer here. And I don't know all the ins and outs, but I know goddamn well I ain't used up no $65,000. Now I know that. And when my mama died, February the 8th, 2000, February the 4th, 2008, she was still getting my daddy's money from 1986. That's how much money my daddy had put up for me and my mama. I'm going to drink some more wine on that shit. Yep, they stole it. They did. They stole it. They stole it. They stole it. And if you want to know what this is tonight, this tonight's live is sponsored by Morgan and David Blackberry Wine. You can get it at your nearest grocery store. Yeah. I ain't drunk. I'm nowhere near it. I just feel a great release tonight. But back to the money. My mama was still taking care of my daddy, left my mama plenty of money. That check back. My mama was still living off of my daddy's money when she died February 4th, 2008. And I told my uncle, who at the time owned a funeral home, and in case a lot of you didn't know it, my uncle was Mr. Hamilton, Lamont Hamilton. That was my uncle. My mama adopted him as her brother. And you know, that became my uncle. And my uncle took my mom's body, and they called me. I was in federal custody when my mama died. And they called me into the chapel. Well, let me tell you how that happened, because I'm still on the topic tonight where it all started from. I was sitting on the bunk. It was that Monday morning. I was sitting on the bunk. And happy birthday to my cousin Brian. Today is his birthday. My mama died on his birthday. And I saw the warden, I saw the chaplain, and I saw two security guards was coming towards my bunk. I was on the top bunk, and my bunkie was on the bottom bunk. And it was like 15 bunks in there, and two people to a bunk. And everybody saw them coming, and you could hear people whispering. And I'm looking at my bunkie. He got up and stood right beside me. He said, "Bunkie, I wonder where they coming." I said, "To me." He said, "You got some more charges?" I said, "No, it's my mama." He said, "Don't say that, man. They ain't your mama. They ain't your mama. Don't say that. That's not your mama." Let me tell y'all something. I don't care how much evil you do. I don't care what kind of lifestyle you living, gay, straight. I don't care if you do coke. I don't care if you do weed. I don't give a fuck what you do. Everybody still got the Holy Ghost. I just want y'all to know that. And everybody have a discerning spirit. I want you to know that. So when you going around here judging the homeless man, just know that he know that you already ain't some shit. He already know that, okay? Because he has the Holy Ghost. And he said, "Man, don't say that." I said, "It's my mom." So they got close and they stood right in front of our bunk. My bunkie looked at me, and I could already see he was about to cry. And he said, "Which one is Applewhite?" And I said, "Me." He said, "What's your Fed number?" I said, 237-96057. Yes, I remember that bitch. He said, "Say it again." I said, 23. They said, "Hey, nephew." I said, 237-96057. He said, "Your date of birth?" I said, March 12, 1973. "Is this about my mama?" And the warden said, "Wait a minute, Applewhite." I said, "Is this about my mama?" The chaplain came closer. And when he came closer, My bunkmate backed up, and the chaplain held my hand. He was an older white man. He held my hand, grabbed my hand. He said, Mr. Applewhite, your mom passed last night. Can you imagine sitting in a solitude place where you have no power over nothing, not even your life? And the only thing you can do is cry and trust God. Give y'all a minute to think about that. I'm very strong. I'm not boohooing and crying today because I know my mom is real proud of me. And he said, can you come? Because you have family on the phone. They are holding on the phone right now. I said, okay. And when I got down and off the bunk, the love that every inmate showed me was stupid crazy. I'm looking at them. These inmates are crying. I mean, they really crying. Because you don't have no idea what it's like to, first of all, break the law. And your mom and dad taught you not to break the law. But then you had to realize I broke the law. Now I got to face the law that I broke. And at the same time, God took my mama. Well, damn, I don't need to be sentenced no more. I've already been motherfucking sentenced. You took my mama. But then somebody read a scripture to me, and they said, after they read the scripture, one of the inmates, he said, Mark, her time was already set. You just so happen to be in here. So I began to beat myself up. I said, damn, I done broke the fucking law. I should have been out there burying my mom. But my cousin told me, I don't know if it's true or not, but this is what they told me. She said, Mark, when Aunt Leela died, she was holding your picture. And I said, what? And I do know that my mom slept with my picture beside her every night. Because she was determined to get me out of prison. Now, she was determined. She was determined to get, I remember when my bond was set, I think that bond was set at $1 million. My mom was gonna put up the house, put up the land. She was borrowing money from the church. She was doing every motherfucking thing to get her son out. If I'm lying, I'm straight, and I'm nowhere near it. That's how much love that my mom and I had for each other. I'm only doing an hour with this, so I got 6 minutes for this segment. She was mama. I went into the chaplain's office and I sat down. And after I sat down, he said, pick up the phone, Applewhite. I picked up the phone. And it was my uncle, Lamont. He said, Mark. I said, yeah. He said, all right, you the next of kin. Now, I figured you want me to get Leela, right? I said, yes, sir. He said, I figured that because she already had insurance with me. He said, so I figured you want me to get her. Now, whatever you want me to do, Mark, I'm going to do it because you are the next of kin. He said, but a lot of people are here now They're arguing, they're fussing. I said, close my motherfucking mama. Don't do shit else until I call you back. Now remind y'all, I can't call this man back because I'm in prison. I can't call him back. He said, Mark, I said, I'll call you back. And I slammed the phone down. And I looked at the warden, I said, I want to go back to my bunk. He said, but Mr. Applewhite, I said, I want to go back to my bunk. They took me back to my bunk. When I started going back to my bunk, I looked on my bunk. I had all these chips, these cookies. I had all this stuff sitting on my bed. They had gave me a little radio. They had gave me some batteries. I had everything on it. We ended up having Bible study that night. We were praying. I mean, everybody had, it wasn't no fighting in there. My mama death had set a whole spirit different in that cell, in that whole dorm. And just in case you want to know where I was in Sparta, North Carolina, in the federal holding. About 9 o'clock that night, the warden came back and got me. He said, Applewhite, you got a phone call in the office. The fuck? It was my uncle. He said, Mark, the inmates were better than family. You hear me? He said, Mark, he said, your uncle is on the phone. So I got my uncle. I picked up the phone. He said, Mark, you got to do something. I said, whatever they want to do, just do it. Whatever they want to do, just do it. He said, well, they trying to plan a funeral for Sunday. Sunday? We Baptists, we don't have no funerals on no fucking Sunday. He said, I know, but that's the only time that everybody can come together. Okay. What's today? February the 4th, 2026. I don't know what the fuck happened after that phone call. I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know what happened. I don't know who sung at the funeral. I don't know what she had on. I don't know a goddamn thing. I don't know shit. I don't know nothing. Lost my mama, lost the family house. Because even the people at the city of Wilson, they even told me, they said, well, Mr. Applewhite, we had sent letters to the house and the family got them because they signed to receive them. And we just knew you knew about it. I said, I didn't know shit. They didn't tell me nothing. I lost my mom. Y'all ready for this? And we're going to end the live with this. We're going to come back next Wednesday for part 2. Do you know I lost a family house for $13? Wait, what? My mama house went up for a bid because it was behind in taxes. And they had a bid on the house. It went up for $13. I looked it up, and I could still look it up on the City of Wilson website. It still comes up with my mom, with my name and my mama's name. I didn't get the closure I needed. So I'm being for real. Fuck that family. Fuck them. No, the family didn't got it. They didn't get it. Somebody else got the house. Because I looked at the pictures and stuff on on the city website. I Googled it, and somebody else owned the house. And but my name and my mama name is still up there. The lady told me. She said, Mr. Applewhite, there's nothing that you really can do. I mean, the city owned it, and then the city put it up for sale for they put it up in the it went up for auction, and somebody else got it. That's what I said. Thank goodness they didn't get it. But all the family stuff was in there. The pictures of me and my mom, everything was in the house. And y'all around there in Wilson right now. Still, well, I remember when Mark wrote this check about me. Man, fuck you in that goddamn check. I done did my time for that shit. And y'all still holding that over my head? Fuck you. I mean that. I have a good life right where I'm the fuck at. I feel better, a little better, because I finally was able to tell about it. That was the beginning. That's where it all started from. When I come back on here next Wednesday, we're going to talk about the transition from the prison to probation to moving from Wilson to DC to Atlanta. And baby, Jaquan, everybody say hey. We're going to talk about the living here in Wilson. Living here in Atlanta. When I got to Atlanta, I'm going to talk about all this. I never knew about gays in the pulpit because, you know, when I grew up, gays weren't supposed to say nothing in the church. All we supposed to do was just go to church, be yourself. You weren't supposed to take your lifestyle in the church. But when I came down here to this bitch in Atlanta, everybody and their brother is twitching and turning up in here. I ain't never heard of no pastor and no first G until I came to Atlanta. I remind you, I grew up Baptist. Y'all see Javon?
I love this series. You know, I love the series because it allows you to be you.
Yeah, allow me to be me. Allow me to be me. Listen, y'all, baby, a new experience beyond this. But listen, I'm ready to go. Y'all go ahead and share the live. Everybody, thank you for tuning in tonight. They say, hey, Jay. Hey, G, baby.
How you doing? What's that?
Mama Robin.
Oh, hey, Mama Robin. How's everybody doing?
Thank y'all so much for tuning in tonight. This is every Wednesday at 6 o'clock, and we would get off of here right at 7. I come on at 5:55, and I get off at 6:55, so it's an hour. Okay? So I don't start talking until 6. But next week, the transition. Prison life back to reality.
You got to keep in mind when you're in there that long, your mind and imagine being in there and trying to get out and be accustomed to the world. On top of that, he just told y'all about the family.
Oh yeah, so coming home, I ain't had no family. I ain't had no family coming home. And I know they're gonna ask the question, where these children come from? I got this one right here. The rest of them, they don't text like that. They don't. I text them, how you doing? Good morning. And I would say this before I get off of here. When somebody texts your black ass good morning, don't send back no goddamn GM. The fuck is that?
That's crazy.
That is so disrespectful. When somebody texts you good morning, you gonna type back GM. You won't get another good morning. Standing on my truth. Listen, thank y'all so much. Tune in next Wednesday for the continuation, very disrespectful. The continuation of I am not okay mentally. Next week, series. This is number 1, the series. Part 2. Next Wednesday. Have a good night, everybody.
This is number 1 series part 2.
All right, series said part 2.